Good morning, good morning, good morning. Come on in. Come in and join me. I know, good morning, V. I had it scheduled for 10 o'clock, but because I have time, I decided to come on early because I have some other things to do. Thanks for joining me. Please make sure you hit that like button if you haven't done so already. Please take a minute to hit that like button. It's so important with the algorithm. So if you like the video, please make sure you share. If you haven't subscribed yet, please make sure you subscribe to my channel and my backup channel, Mz.Teavalocity Gems Talk. There's been so much going on, but I want to come down here and talk about friendship, YouTube ships, real relationships, when they go sour. How are they built? What are they built on? Is it more given or taken? Good morning, Kitten Zombie. Brixton, my babe. Nori, the boss's channel. Good morning. We need to talk about some things, and I may drop the link today. I'm not sure. But we really need to talk about friendship. I watched Tasha K's live last night, so it got my gears grinding. And I thought, yeah, I see a lot of wrongness and I see a lot of right. So I wanted to talk about that. So that's what we're going to talk about today. I'll give it a couple of more minutes and then we'll get started. Good morning. Good morning. Thanks for joining me again. So we're going to talk about friendships today, building relationships and friendships. And it takes years to build a true friendship and a relationship. It takes years, Now you can meet someone and you could like them. Good morning, Kitten Zombie. And you could like them and you guys are vibing and things are looking good. And you was like, yeah, I could be cool with this person. We have similar, personalities. We have similar likes and, dislikes and whatever connects you, whatever make you guys vibe. And so you do that and you start building. Somewhere along the line, and we see it here in these YouTube ships, something goes wrong and the YouTube ship and the friendship is over. And that's what we're going to hit on today. After the relationship, you've been my friend for years, you know my secrets, and now something happens to our friendship and is over, and you decide to tell my secrets. And what made me think about this and want to talk about it is because it happens all the time in real life, and it's happening in this YouTube world, right? This little virtual world we in. So the friendships go bad, and now everyone is spilling tea. Now, I watched TreasureGemz, Mz.Teavalocity, which was, TreasureGemz was Blac Chyna's good friend for years. They came from the DC area and the DC, Maryland area dancing. They were strippers when they were young, 19 and 21 they met. And they became friends, and they became good friends. They became friends that depended on each other, party with each other, shared secrets each other, and whatever. They were good friends. But now the relationship went sour. So Tasha K did this interview with Mz.Teavalocity, Blac Chyna, good friend of 13 or more years. This girl moved from the DC, Maryland area to Florida to be with to be with Blac Chyna and help Blac Chyna with her business and so forth and so on. And they were in this show, and she claims allegedly to never have gotten paid for the show that they were on, but Blac Chyna got paid. Now, you have people in the chat dragging Treasure for telling her story, because to them, it appeared to them that she was a snake. To me, I saw it as she was a hurt person. She felt betrayed by her friend. And this is her way of getting back, is to talk about it. Now, I don't know where they stand now. I think they're not friends or whatever. She's not on whatever show that's coming up, and she still haven't received payment. And I don't know if they in litigation. The way it sounds to me, she couldn't have been in litigation because she spilled too much tea. But so they dragging this girl. And I'm thinking, she got a valid point, because she felt betrayed by her good friend, who she has uprooted. She has uprooted her and her household to go to be with her big friend, to go to be with her best friend, to make sure that her best friend endeavors was solid. She started a business. She did this. And Treasure uprooted her family from the DMV area to go be with Blac Chyna, to be on this show, to make sure that her friend was doing well in her adventure, right? And all of a sudden, they fall out. And now Treasure is telling her story. Is she wrong or is she right? Now, I looked at this from two sets of lens. I did the pro and the con. Well, to me, if you was my friend of 13 years and we built this friendship, and now I feel as though that my feelings for you wasn't reciprocated because you didn't appreciate me. But how did it get to that point? Simply because of this. Sometimes we build friendships and we trust people, and we're down with them and we want the best for them. So we will help them along the way to get what they want, and neglect ourselves sometimes. It's like in a marriage or a relationship. I know a lot of people have experienced relationships where you give more than you receive. That's just how it goes sometimes. But at one point or another, you realize, hey, this ain't right. I'm giving, but I'm not receiving. And then you start feeling as if you was used. Now, the way Treasure was talking, she felt as if though she was used. And that can happen because you're so busy trying to give and let someone know you down for them. In the process, you become, you get used. Not always intentionally, but it happens because you are the giver. You're not looking at receiving. Now, to me, Treasure is doing this because she's upset, she's hurt, she feels as though it was betrayed by Chyna, and that Chyna blew up and she didn't. Even though she got her own thing going on, her own business, she sound like she's doing well, she still was betrayed by a friend who she gave her all to. And so now, because she was betrayed by her friend, she's going to come out here and spill all the tea. We see it happening all the time. So my question is, was you really her friend? Was you really my friend, or you were just using me? And I saw an opportunity as well to get where I want to go. That's what it sounds like to me. No, I don't think Treasure is all wrong, because sometimes we picture people and we view people in a persona that they put on, and what we see about them is totally different from who they really are. We see that on these YouTube streets every day. People, have this persona, but that's not who they really are. And then when your friendship goes bad, everyone decide to expose each other, or they call it here spilling tea. So now she's there exposing all Chyna's secrets about her threesomes, about her dancing, about her buying men, about the way she take care of her children. And she didn't say too much about that. And that's what I like about Treasure. She was very honest. So I didn't feel as though she lied when she was doing this interview because she had no reason to. Because if she was lying, then she would have painted Blac Chyna as a bad mother, and she never did do that. Then she was telling a little bit about her drug use and her alcoholic use and her toxic relationship with her mother. And that's where it starts at. See, Chyna and her mother relationship is so toxic. There's somewhere deep down, one of them is jealous of the other. Because to me, the mother seems jealous of Chyna because Chyna has blown up and made it. And now the mother feels as though that Chyna owes her because she's the mother. But she didn't owe her mother. She doesn't owe her mother anything if her mother didn't nurture her and raise her and put into it. And that's a big factor here. It's hard to have relationships if you haven't had a relationship with the ones you truly love. And that's the problem here. These people are starving for attention and looking for love in all the wrong places because they haven't gotten the love that they really needed from the source, from their parents and their families. And so now Treasure and Chyna relationship is no more. So she's spilling all the tea about Chyna. And people are dragging her, calling her a snake. Now, some secrets that I have with my best friend, my sister, and whomever, I will take to my grave. I will never tell some secrets because they trusted me with their secrets. And I'll go to my grave with their secrets. No matter how mad I get at my best friend, I'm not going to tell her secrets. But that means we had a solid relationship, a true friendship, a true solid relationship. And just because it has gone bad now, I still love her at one point, and I still love her. I loved her at one point, and I still loved her, and I don't want to expose her. So these people really don't have friendships. They don't value the friendships. But not only that, if you think you're being used and now you are the giver and never the receiver, then you feel like you're being used. And that's what's taking place here. I'm the giver. I keep giving and giving and giving to make sure you become successful. But you know, in my dreams, you're not reciprocating it. I'm just doing all the giving to assure that you get to where you want to go, but you're not helping me get to where I want to go. And that's the situation that's happening with Blac Chyna and Treasure. That's the situation that's happening with some of these content creators. They are supporting people, but people aren't supporting them back. How long does it take for us to realize that someone is really not our friend, that they're opportunists, or they're using us? We're giving, we're shouting them out, we're promoting them, we're supporting them, we're running all around, and their platforms are growing and my platform isn't. And I'm not saying me per se, I'm just saying in general as a content creator. You know, my platform's not growing, but your platform is growing. You're not supporting me, but you're supporting everyone else. See, that's a giver. I'm giving and I'm giving, and I'm not receiving. So one day I'm going to come to the realization, you're really not my friend. You're not my friend because you took and you took and you didn't give anything in return to make sure that I excel. You didn't do anything. You just was taken from me. And now that you have taken so much from me and you have basically given me your ass to kiss after I rode with you for 13 plus years, I uprooted my family. I came and helped you open your business when you asked me to. I did some things for you that no one else would have done. And now you kicked me to the curb because you have blown up. Because you have gotten money and now you live in this celebrity life is like, F me. Who you? Treasure who? I don't owe you shit. Because somewhere down the line, Chyna has paid Treasure way. We can't forget that. Somewhere down the line, she has provided something for Treasure. Maybe not what Treasure thought she should have provided for her, or she realized now she was getting this money and she wasn't. Her and a couple of other people on the show wasn't getting paid, which was ignorance on their part. It was ignorance on their part, because before anyone, I'm going to take care of myself. I'm going to take care of myself. I'm going to see that I'm solid. You just not going to feed me shit and I believe it, like, oh, I'm going to take care of you, girl. I got you. I got you. You could fly with me here, fly with me there. I could buy you Birkin bags. No, no, no. I want my own. And that's where Treasure failed. She dropped the ball because she believed in Chyna so much that she didn't seek any compensation for herself in a written agreement or any type of contract. So now she's screwed. So now she figure, I'm screwed. You screwed me out my money, and stay with me, because it's all about years of being a friend to somebody and giving and not receiving what you think you should have received at the end. So now the only thing she could do, if they not in litigation, she's not suing her for compensation, the only thing she could do is, well, B, I'll come out here and spill all your tea to make you look as bad, or for people to know who you really are. And that's what happens here. See, we go behind the scenes and talk to people, text them, chat on the phone, email them, or however we have some type of relationships with them, and you do all that, and everybody don't see what you're doing behind the scenes. They don't know what you're saying on the phones. They don't know what those emails said until I get mad and our relationship is over, and now I'm going to expose you for who you really are. I'm going to play the game and be your friend as long as I'm getting something out of the deal, type thing, you know? So those aren't real friendships. When you come out here and you expose people and you spill tea, you never viewed them as your real friend. You never built a solid relationship. You hear them say all the time, I don't care what happened between me and Joe Blow. I'm never going to come down here and, do Joe Blow. We just going to keep that behind the scenes. And that's not how it go. We see that's bullshit. We see that they do it all the time. And that's what happens in friendship. You get so tired of giving and not receiving that you get worn out. It weakens you. It weakens your relationship. And then you feel as though that you're being taken advantage of. And when you're being taken advantage of, you retaliate. And that's exactly what goes on a lot of times. These people spill his tea. Good morning, Jewel and Diana Duncan. Thanks for joining me. And V, they spill his tea because they trying to humiliate or expose that person for who they really are. Not who we think they are, who they portray themselves to be, but who we really are. And then when they expose these people, we see some real ugly sides about them. It's like, damn. Oh, they was behind the scenes doing that. Oh, they said that behind the scenes. Oh, they did this. And then we come out here and we view these people as different people. And that's just a fact. So in a friendship, you have to spend years of building that friendship. And you have to build trust. You're my confidant. You're my best friend. You're my good friend. What I say to you, I trust that you'll never tell it if it's our secret. And everybody don't have that type of relationship because they haven't built it. The same with this YouTube. How can you say somebody your good friend, you haven't built a relationship? You just know them through a virtual world. You just know them through a virtual world. You just dropped them a couple of emails and texts. You might have talked to them on the phone, but they're not your real friends. And that's where you confuse that. These people are not friends. They're associates, YouTube virtual world associates or co-workers. So you can't trust anyone on these YouTube streets. If you say it behind the scenes, on the phone, in the email, in the text. You better be ready to say it in front of everyone one day, because soon as your relationship breaks up, they gonna tell it. Oh, bitch, remember? Now, let me see. Now, this is proof. Here's the receipts. Miss T said this. Miss T said that. On May the 19th, Miss T sent me this. Miss T. That's how they do. So there's no real solid friendships here. Don't be fooled. We're all just co-workers, really. Now, it's people who you really admire and you really like, and you guys are building your YouTube ship, and it could be come a real friendship. I've met those people on here, but to be real honest with you, there is no true value to what these people call friends. There is no friendship here. They just fall out with each other, come back together. They use people. They see an opportunity. They use you. They jump on your platform. They do this, they do that to make sure they being seen. But they're not truly your friend, because friendship takes years to build. Trust. These people, as soon as they get mad at with you, they gonna break the trust. They gonna tell all your dirt. So be careful. Be careful who you sharing your dirt with, your secrets, because they're going to expose them as soon as they get mad. Nothing lasts forever. Nothing lasts forever. So it'll be your turn and your time. It'll be your turn and your time. And that's just a fact. And when that time comes, be ready to stand in your ish, because there is you have no friends on here. You know, you have this YouTube ship, and it is what it is. You have people you rock with. It is what it is. You have people you support. It is what it is. But a true friendship, there is no true friendship. Thank you. Hey, Purple Peach. You know, there's no true friendship. So you can't trust these folk, because you didn't give enough and they didn't receive enough of whatever it is that you had to offer for you guys to be solid. No one's down here solid in a relationship, because they turn on you too quick for you to even have said, that was my friend. You guys kill me when you say, well, that was my friend. I thought that was my friend. I really like that, we were friends. No, you wasn't no one's friend. You don't know them. You haven't built no relationship. You haven't been through anything with these people. How can they be your friends? So it's easy for them to expose and try to humiliate you and snake you, because you don't have a relationship with them. Don't be fooled. People will show you just who they are and where they stand in the relationship. It's not a give, give, give. It's a take. It's a give and take. It's called reciprocation. I think that's it. Yep. You have to be reciprocal to what's going on. You can't just be the giver all the time. And because when I feel as though that you have used me, Treasure, in Chyna's situation, she feels as though Chyna used her, and she should have received more from Chyna, and she didn't. And now shit is going left. I'm just going to come out here and do every interview someone asked me to do and expose her so they could see who the real Chyna is. Now I believed Treasure. I really believe some of her story, to me, she didn't have to lie about Chyna. I believe some of the stuff people say here about content creator subbies and different things. I believe, but I don't believe it all, because no one is ever going to tell it all. They always going to make themselves look better than the person that they talking about. Now, you always gonna make yourself look better, because there's always three sides to a story, but somehow we only hear two or one or two sides, but it's three sides to a story. Your truth, my truth, and the truth. And on here, you can't trust that, because these people know how to doctor up receipts and all that crazy stuff. So you can't believe just because they dropped a receipt and said Mz.Teavalocity said something or did something. You can't even believe that because they're so good at lying and doctoring up stuff, you don't know when to believe them. So you just get on here and just fight for someone to believe you. It's a waste of time. But they just let you know that they're not your friends, and they were never your friend. They was never your friend. You was never my friend if it was so easy for you to come down here and try to expose and humiliate me. You was really never my friend. Or devil's advocate. You used me, you abused me, you threw me away, and now I'm going to let them know the real you, to expose you for who you really are. And the reason why I could do that, and the reason why it will be believable, is because I rocked with you 13 years solid, so people know that I was attached to you. So if I come down here and say it, whether it's a lie or not, they're going to believe it. They're going to believe it because I was your friend for 13 years. They know that I got up and moved to Miami or what part of Florida they was in with you to make sure your business got up and got started and got off the road. I mean, to a good start. And I supported you. And I was there all the way. Let me see. All it takes is for some is say something about one of their fave and is on exactly page, exactly. So this is what I'm saying. These people aren't friends. You were never my friend. You was never my friend because we didn't build a real relationship. So don't get your panties in a bunch when I turn on you, because you should have expected, because you're really not my friend. No one on here are friends. It's proven every day. Well, I'm just gonna spill a tea. I'm just about to hear and come down here and tell everything you said behind the scenes, or every part you played behind the scenes. And the more and more we see, the more and more we'll start disliking you, while everybody is disliking me now. I'm gonna see to it they start seeing you for who you are. Be very careful calling people your friends. It takes years to build a YouTube ship as well as a real friendship. It's no different, you guys, because the humanity in us is just the same. So there is no difference. That's why I say quite often, if you didn't like me yesterday, is nothing I could do to make you like me today. It is what it is. Stop running around here calling people your friends. Stop crying over people exposing you or talking about you, because it is what it is. That's what they do, you know? And you can't cry because you really haven't built anything with them. What makes you think because you know a person 3 or 4 months, they're your friend? They're not your friend. You haven't even had time. Just because I had a couple of conversations with you doesn't mean that you're my friend. And so it's easy for you to be betrayed by these people because you have you didn't solidify your friendship. You didn't build your friendship. So it's easy for people to come down here and betray each other. And it's easy for people to betray each other in life when you don't have a solid friendship built. You know, it's easy. It's not hard to do. We often think, damn, they were just friends yesterday. How did they come down here and dog her out or drag her? Because they wasn't friends. You guys are misusing the term friend. What a real friend is. They were never friends. So it's easy for me to come down here and drag you. It's easy for me to expose the things you and I have talked about or have done together because we were really never friends. You only used me at that point for what you needed to use me for. And now that you got big and you've blown up, you can just throw me away because I'm not needed anymore. And that's just a fact, y'all. And that's what happened with this Treasure and Blac Chyna. And people thinking Treasure is wrong. Treasure is wrong for, spilling some of this girl's tea. But Treasure is right because this is the only way she knows how to get back at her. And no, I'm not double-minded. That's not who I am, but I'm seeing who she is. I'm seeing her pain. And this is her way of retaliating against Treasure. The same shit that's happening on these YouTube streets. I see people pain, so I understand how they retaliating because I'm a realist. Because I'm a realist. I'm not placating. I'm not faking like oh yeah, and I'm just not going with the flow. I see why things happen because people feel betrayed. And the only reason why you feel betrayed is because you made more of your friendship out of your friendship than they were a friend to you. And that's just a fact. The friendship was more to you than it was to them. Let me put it like that. Sometimes I get a little tired tongue over here. Miss T, I see that a lot on here. That's why I stay in the bushes a lot. Sometimes you can see a lot from the bushes. I can see people for who they really are. You know what? I think I've said this often. Spill It Boy, Mother, James, Milan Treasure, or whatever you want to call, taught me that. Sometimes you just stay up in the bushes and you just look. You just sit down there and look, and you'll start seeing people for who they really are. Sometimes when you in the chats is very distracting because you engaging. So you really can't see people for who they are. And when you see people for who they are, you tend to walk away if they're not the person who you thought they were. And that's when they say you flip-flop. I call it flip-flopping, grass hopping. No, you just see the person for who they really are. And they're really not the person that you want to align yourself with or you want to support. And you just walk away from it. It's not a flip-flop. I just changed my opinion of you because of some things I saw. I just walked away. Hey, Sipper Mocha, how are you, baby? And that's a fact. Everybody don't get along. So if you sit up in the bushes and you just look down on some of these lives or you look at some of these lives, you'll see a whole lot. You'll see a lot of fake and phony and whatever you want to call it. But when it comes to friendship, there's no friends here. They're all just co-workers, or I don't know what else to call them, co-workers, or I don't know, co-workers, I guess, or associates. I don't know. There's no real friendship here because it's too much giving and giving and not enough taking and taking. It's all about me. It's all about me. A good point, Sephora C. I don't know if this is our real Sephora C, but a good point. Why do people expect loyalty from strangers on the internet? That's a good question. I don't know why. I don't know why. The only thing I could think of is I don't think it's a matter of loyalty so much. Subcontractors. Thank you, Brixton, my babe. I don't know if it's a thing of loyalty, or is it that, damn, I just expected more out of that person as a friend, as a YouTube, whether it's the internet or not. Remember, our feelings are real feelings, Sephora. And so people really get connected and they vibe with certain people. And so when you do something, you can hurt my feelings because I am human. It is what it is, whether it's the internet or not. I'm human. It could be the internet, but I believe if I do so much for you, I get out here and windmill for you, I rock with you, I financially support you, I'm helping your channel grow in some form or fashion, then they believe that they are owed something. And what they believe they are owed is what they call loyalty. They believe it's called loyalty. No one on here is loyal. And you don't have to be loyal to anyone. You don't really know these people. But because you vibe and you rock with them and you support them, then, oh, thank you, Sephora, then they believe you should be loyal to them, which is the craziest shit in the world. Because just because I go and support someone else you may not care for, that does not mean I'm not loyal to you. If you really knew what loyalty was, that does not mean I'm not loyalty. I'm not loyal to you. But it is part of the game down here. It's just part of the game. And it's how well you play it. Thank you, Boss Don Diva. It's how well you play the game. If you want to get wrapped up in playing this YouTube virtual world game here, then so be it. You just need to know how to play your position. Everyone has a position. You need to know how to play it. Don't expect nothing from these people. You don't know them. You haven't spent years and years building relationships with these people. And I do believe you could meet good people on here, because I've met some good people on here. But I do believe also you could meet some bad people on here. You could meet some fake people on here. Now, that brings me to, I'll just go ahead and say this. Now, people call me fake and phony, right? And I said, okay, whatever you think. Now, anybody know who has been rocking with me knows that I always tell you I like a little mess. It's just when it crosses a certain line for me, I don't like it. But I like a little mess, a little bit of this drama like everyone else. But that doesn't make me fake. I'm not fake, because I'll get down here and tell you, I got a nasty mouth. I will cuss your A out in a minute if I wanted to get down like that. But that's not how I want to get down, because I expect more of myself. That's not what I'm here for. So I won't do it. But I never came on here and said I don't cuss, because y'all know y'all could hear me drop an F. I never told you I sit and kneel in church every day and I was a saint, because y'all could tell that I'm not. And people who know and have talked to me behind the scenes know I have a nasty mouth when I want to have one. They know me. So fake and phony is not, but you have some people here who's pretending and they refuse to really be who they are. I'm not afraid to let y'all know I cussing. Ooh, up a storm sometime. Up a storm. But I also know too, some of these people are not worth me trying to build a relationship with, so I don't waste my time. But some people on here, I would like to build a relationship, because I believe that they are genuine good people, and I'm working on that. But as far as a friend, nah, you're not my friend. Nah, I can't be loyal to you. You know, and if I don't care about what you saying or what you doing, don't expect me to mess with you, period. And that's just how it goes. I don't mess with you, period. I don't fake. I just let you know I don't mess with you, period. Because you're not my cup of tea. I'd rather someone tell me that than to pretend like they like me. See, that's the problem. These people pretend, oh, I love you. Love you. I love you. Love you. That's bullshit. They don't love you like that. They really don't. Because their actions show you they don't love you like that. And that's just a fact. Good morning, Rita. How are you? Right, all facts, keep it real. Thank you, sis. But yeah, that's just a fact. And so when I saw this Treasure and Blac Chyna thing, and I saw them in Tasha K chat dragging this girl Treasure, you know, calling her all kind of stakes. Good morning, Dovey. Calling her all kind of snakes, and you was never a friend in this. We don't know what their friendship was like. Maybe this girl just feel at this point, F it. I've done so much. I've given so much. And now I'm sitting back and I'm realizing, damn, this chick never put me on. She promised to put me on. This chick ain't never helped me. I gave and gave and gave. And now I'm broke. And I don't mean financially broke, because the sister says she rocking the Range Rover and something else. She opening a spa. So she's doing financially well. And to be honest with you, she at one point She articulated well. You should, until she could have stopped all that cussing, but that's what she did. She was keeping it real, but she articulated well, and she looked like she may have something going for her. And I believe that she really did love Chyna as a sister. Seems more like a sister relationship. And again, that's what happens here. People think you their friend. They love you like a sister. You know, they support you. They do anything to help you. And then you turn on them and they spill all the tea. Or something goes wrong, they spill all the tea. One thing for certain and two things for sure, it could be your day this week or your week this week. Next week, it will change. It'll be another person and another topic. So if you could just hang in here for you, 1 to 3 days, maybe a week, you'll be fine. They'll find somewhere else. They'll find someone new, or they'll do something different. When the dragon happens, they'll get up off of you. But that's a fact. No one of friends here. It's good to like people. There's no real love here. There's no real love here, and you just expect it. You just expect. Just know if you say something behind the scenes or do something behind the scenes, be ready to stand in your ish, because the flaky people around here, eventually your relationship, because remember, it didn't take years to build, and you don't have a true relationship. You have a virtual ship, a virtual relationship. So it's not hard to turn or flip flop on you. It's not hard to snake you or something like that, because that's the name of the game around here. Thank you. That's just the name of the game around here in these YouTube streets. I'm going to read some of these comments. Again, I'm trying to keep it at an hour. And yeah, I'll just try to keep it at an hour. That's what I'm trying to do. But I really enjoyed this sector when they used to roast each other by stuff you seen on camera. All that background issues getting, the doxing and all that is getting too much. It's hitting too close to home. And this is me. If you get close to my home and you not invited, some bad things can happen. And I don't want to subject myself to, anything that could bring hurt, harm, or danger to my family. So I do like the roaster and the gag and stuff like that. I don't like it when it crossed the line, the doxing and the really, harshly dragging people for whatever reason. But like I said, there's no true friendship. So you guys stop saying you was my friend, I was cool. Nope, there's no real friendships here. You just enjoy it while it lasts, right? Just ride the wave, because soon that it will come to a halt, and whatever you said or did with that person behind the scenes will be exposed. Now that's just a fact, because that's how we do over here. And so when someone exposes you, it is only because I think when people expose you, in a friendship, is because they're pain. They're feeling pain. And so because of they feel that pain, they want you to feel how they feel. We seen that happen this week. Not that that person was so meant to be so mean, you know, or malicious, and I believe messy. You know me. I always told you I believe that person was, but because maybe they were hurt and they felt some type of pain and they wanted you to feel their pain. And that's how people retaliate a lot of times. Not to say that is right. Some things you just walk away from. It's not worth it. But I believe a lot of times these people just want you to feel their pain. When you make them hurt, they want to make you hurt. And a lot of times is by humiliating you or thinking they humiliating you, name calling, dragging, exposing, all that. That's how they get back at you. You know? Thank you, Steve Austin. Thanks for joining me. I'm gonna read some of these comments, you guys, but I want you to know that no one on here are really friends because they haven't spent years establishing a true solid friendship. And when you someone's friend, no matter what they do to you, you don't come and expose all their secrets that they have told you, they confided in you with. You don't come and expose them. Sometimes it's better to just walk away, no matter how it looks or make you look. You know better, and so you can do better and just walk away. But when it's social media and is a public platform, you have millions of people that view that's on public platforms like this social media, this right here, this YouTube, that can hear your story. And sometimes you just want to tell your story when people make you look like the bad person. You just want to come down here and tell your own story. Okay? Let me, I got to do something right quick, but let me catch this right quick. And oh, got you, baby. And that's just a fact. But I want you to do something, and this is for everyone. Good morning, BBK, baby. Steve Austin. I want you to evaluate your YouTube ship. Okay, certain things your best friend or your partner, your husband, your spouse, or whatever, certain things they're not going to do. They're just not going to do it because you mean that much to them. Because you mean that much to them, is certain shit that they're not going to do. You guys need to check that out too. When you call all these people your friends, you say you love them, you listen. Certain things I'm not going to do to my friend. Just certain things I'm not going to do to my true friend. I'm not going to do them. And if you're my true friend, then you will know that certain lines I'm not going to cross. Thank you, Donna Hughes. And these people cross the lines. So that lets me know that they're not real friends as well. It's certain things that I'm not going to do. And I say this all the time, but this is just me. I say, even if I fell out with Binge, Thinker, Redbone, Queen, Diva, Andrea, Butterfly, I'm not going to come down here and drag them. I'm just not going to do that. I have the platform to do it, but I'm not going to do it because at one point they meant something to me. I have built this relationship with them. And no matter whether they agree with me or not, and we fall out or whatever you call it, our relationship end, if Binge decide that she's going to walk away from being my gemologist and Andre, I'm just going to let them walk away. And if something happened, you guys trust and believe I will never come down here and tell it. You only will notice because you wouldn't see them in my chat probably. And you, being the observant person you are, may say, damn, I don't see Benj and Miss T's chat anymore. Oh, I wonder what happened with Benj. I wonder what happened with Andrea. Wonder what happened with her and Queen Diva. I wonder what happened with her. I don't see them anymore. But you'll never hear me come down here and start dragging them. And this is what we said behind the line. You remember Mz.Teavalocity? Remember when you sent me this? Remember when you did this, Miss T? Oh no, because I'm about to drop this receipt. No. It doesn't go that way over here because we built real relationships and we're still building. We still building. And until that changes, I will always come down here and speak kindly of them, highly of them. I will never drag them. And even when it changes, I wouldn't drag them. So let me correct that because it was coming out wrong. Even if our relationship goes awry, I'm not going to come down here and drag my people. I notice people besties MIA. And that's another thing too. BBK, yeah. It's just so much here. If you guys would just sit back and observe some of these people, the terminology they use, some of their actions, you'll see. You'll see for yourself. Yes, yes, okay, exactly. You see that. You see that. So I would never drag Andrea because she didn't agree with me. You know, I would never drag Binge because she decided I wasn't doing what she liked anymore. I wasn't doing the commentary that she liked and she didn't want to be a part of it, and she walked away. I'm not going to drag her. It is what it is. Our time is up. And when your time is up, see, nothing lasts forever. There's a time and a season for everything. And when your time is up, your time is up. Just walk away. You don't have to do all this exposing and stuff because at one point you cared about that person. So why drag them now? Why expose them now? You was part of the bullshit. That's why I don't give these people passes when they go on these apology tours and they done been they've been part of the bullshit. Why would I give you a pass? You was part of it. You liked it. No, 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 no. You liked it and you was part of it. So don't change now because you and that person have fallen out. No, no, no. Keep that same energy. If you thought I was a fake or a phony or whatever you thought about me, I want you to still think that about me and keep your distance because I don't need you because I see the way you moving. See? That's a fact. Just like when people was out of the fish tank, people know they was not in the chat. Oh, I don't know what you mean by that, Paige. You can tour for free. I can't tour for free. Yeah, they have to pay you. Good morning, Leslie. How are you? So that's just how it goes. If I was with you when you was doing the BS, then is no way that I can even justify. These people you can't even justify why you was doing the BS and now you want everybody to forgive you. But then again, you was really never my friend, or you could have been my friend is a possibility that I valued your friendship more than you valued our friendship. I valued our friendship more than you valued our friendship. And that's just a fact. I told you, give, and not receiving will weaken your relationship. And then you'll start feeling used. And then things will start happening and you'll start exposing and spilling tea because you feel like you have been used. And that don't always have to be the person's intention. It's just that you gave, and didn't realize that you wasn't receiving. And you're not receiving, that's your fault. That's not that person's fault. That's your fault. You didn't receive compensation. It ain't Blac Chyna's fault. Gems, what's her name? Miss TreasureGemz. It's your fault because you should have made sure you received just as much as you was given. That's in the marriage. In a marriage, in a marriage, I'm cooking all the dinner, I'm cleaning, I'm taking care of the kids, and I'm doing everything to make sure the house is taken care of. And I'm just giving you, and you're doing nothing in the marriage. You might work, but you're not putting into our relationship. Eventually, I will get tired. And what happens? Our relationship will go sour. It's no different. There's no difference here, you guys. There's no difference. I know, Paige, where you going. When BBK was not in the chat, people was asking, "Where's BBK?" You know what? Exactly. That's the only way they see it. She never came out, at first and made a video, but people will notice that you missing. Everybody know when someone is missing because they make themselves so available. You see them a lot. They one of your core supporters, so you always see them. And then all of a sudden, when they go missing, you like, oh, something is wrong. I haven't seen so-and-so. If she's not sick, but now you're starting to see so-and-so in other people's chat. Well, no, she ain't sick. Oh shit, something happened with them. And then someone will go and try to get the tea and see what really happened. And then sometimes people don't want to spill the tea, but their back is against the wall because you doing a bunch of talking. I feel compelled to come out here and defend myself. That's a lot of cases that happens here too. People don't want to say anything, but you keep picking and picking and picking, and then they have no other choice but to come out and defend themselves. You know, but it is what it is. You guys, we are coming to a close. I'm going to read some of these comments. People need to stop windmilling for people who will throw you under the bus when they feel like it. That's why I don't do it. This is another thing too, you guys, that I watch on here. You watch people who you support, you super chat, cash app, or whatever, you support them, you click and view every time they come on, and in return, they don't support you. I mean, when do you stop and look like, no, shit, something ain't right. I'm giving and I'm giving, and you're thriving and doing well on your platform, and you're not supporting me. This is one-sided. Hey, BB Nice, good morning, beautiful. This is one-sided. So if you allow yourself to give, and no one else give back to you or support you, then you have the problem because you haven't taken time to evaluate what's really going on between you and people you support. You know, and that's just a fact. I'm not going to support those who don't support me, keep supporting them, and they don't support me. Shit, I ain't stupid. This ain't no one-sided thing. No, 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 no. We gonna reciprocate here. Having high expectation of other people always lead to, exactly, Steve Austin. That's a good point too. Having high expectations of people. And then me and a couple of my friends talked about this. What happens too is we try to place our values on other people. We try to place our values on other people, and then this is where that high expectations of other people come, because we're placing our values on them. And so we don't understand when they do something that we wouldn't do or we wouldn't believe in, and then they disappoint us. They're not you. You can't make someone be you. You can't make anyone be other than who they are. So it is what it is. You placing high expectations on that person, and then when they do something and disappoint you, you feeling all sad and stupid and crazy. But it is what it is. You can't place high expectations on people. You don't really know these people. You know, but I do sometimes expect better from some people, you know, in reference to their age, who they are in this sector, and the respect that people have for them. Sometimes, thank you, baby. Thank you very much for the cash. I do expect difference, but it's not for me to say. People need to be who they are. Thank you, baby. People need to be who they are. And it is what it is. Be true to yourself. Don't do something because Mz.Teavalocity wants you to do it, or she may do it this way, or you trying to impress me. Don't impress me, because I ain't trying to impress you. I'm just coming down here trying to be me. That's all. It ain't no impression. No, I'm trying to impress anyone. I tell y'all all the time, don't put me on no pedestal, because I'm a beast. I am. I'm a beast. I don't come down here and show it all the time, but I am a beast when I have to be. I mean, we are who we are. We can't change that. You can't change that. So, anyone have anything to say before I get ready to get out of here? Please make sure you hit that like button if you think it was a good topic and you think the commentary was great. You can also share. I appreciate those who shared my last videos. It didn't go unnoticed. I appreciate it. I appreciate the ones who cashed at me as well. It's greatly appreciated. And I come down here for the people who rock with me, who are true supporters, not the ones who are not. If you're not a supporter, that's fine. But I come down here for my true supporters. Okay? And with that being said, I'm right at an hour. So I'm going to get ready. Thank you, Queen Diva. Thank you for my mods. You may not see them, but they're here. Thank you for my mods, my gemologists. I appreciate you guys dearly. I really do. And prayers going out for those who are without electricity and power. Some people in different parts of the states, they're suffering from outages. And so my prayers go up for them. And a lot of times, if you don't see that content creator on here and you follow that content creator, then it's a possibility that they are without power. But more than most of all, it can be deadly for some people. So make sure we keep those people in prayers, because it could be deadly for them depending on how long it lasts. You know, the cold could set on. The cold could set in. They have no electricity, they have no heat, they don't have anything. So it could be very deadly to them at some point. I hope it doesn't get to that point. But you know, hypothermia could set in and different things. So we want to pray for these people, hoping their lights and power will come back on. I know I lived through that a while back, and it's something, especially if you're not prepared. You guys, make sure you prepare for things like that though. You know, I have stuff in my garage, you know, lights, different type of little lantern and lights, you know, battery operated. Of course, I have battery operated flashlights, you know, we have cases of, I always try to have that stuff on hand. Sometimes they think I'm crazy. They say, well, we have some. I said, get more, just get more. You know, especially in the winter month. Even in the back of your car, make sure you have something to eat, a extra set of clothing. You have a flashlight. If you can, you get you a little lantern. You make a little basket and put it in the back of your car, because you never know what can happen. So try to be prepared, okay? Because it's that season now. And it's rough for some people. And some people got caught without anything. And so they're having some type of suffering going on now. So we pray for them. Continue to pray for Nicole Tyler. I don't know exactly what's going on with her. Like I said, I knew she was sick. And I'm going to pray. I'm going to continue to pray for her to get healed in her well-being. The rest of the stuff, I don't know anything about. I don't care anything about. Thank you so much, Boss Don Diva. This is my first time seeing you, but I greatly appreciate your support and for dropping down, sweetheart. You have a blessed and prosperous day. So let's keep those people in mind as we go through our daily lives, that everyone is not fortunate to be in a warm setting, you know, so we pray for them and to have the power. Yeah, that could be pretty tough. I lived in a state where our power would go out quite often, but I learned real quick on how to survive, you know. I learned real quick. Thank you, Stop Condoning Sexual Harassment. Thank you. Your name I'm laughing at. You know, I learned to prepare. You know, we about to have some bad weather and I'm leaving. That's why I did the live early, because I'm about to get out here and go to the grocery store and to make sure we have some things in our home, you know, just in case we can't get out for a couple of days. But like I said, make sure you prepare for what could possibly happen, you know, so prepare. So, okay, is all research rectified? I hope so too, Benj, but I don't think so. I think it's still some areas without power. So, and some of these people, you don't miss. Oops, that was a little messy. But anywho, with that being said, we're going to get out of here. If you see your king's crown, if you see your king's crown tilted, help him straighten it up. If you see your queen's crown tilted, help her straighten it up. Speak life and wisdom into your princess and your princesses. They are our joint heirs, joint heirs. We still working on creating generational wealth, you guys over here, but they are our joint heirs. They are our future. We need to leave them something, something. Make sure you be a blessing and not a bother. It doesn't take much to bless someone. A simple hello, how are you? You look beautiful today. I like that hat. Can I grab that McMuffin for you? I'll pay for that coffee. Uh-oh, my music cut off. I'll pay for that coffee. Let me get this music back on. I'll pay for that coffee. I'll hold that door for you. Have a great day. You look beautiful. You never know what someone is going through. And those very little things could bless someone's soul. Make sure you try to do that. And until we meet again, you guys stay safe. We still have C-19, the pandemic or whatever running rampant out here. Make sure you stay safe. And until we meet again, I'll see you on the flip side.